Do you want to grow your small business? Are you tired of your current job and want to start your own business? If so, I have good news for you. Small Business Marketing Talk Show is a new show design to give new and emerging business owners tips and hints to grow your small business. Renowned authors Dr. Jack McCann and Dr. Daryl Green host an entertaining show that answers your everyday questions. Join them on YouTube at the AGSM Consulting channel. Don't miss it.
Are you wanting to grow your small business? Are you tired of your current job? Better yet, are you thinking of starting your own business? Well, you come to the right place. I've got Dr. Jack McCann and Dr. Daryl Green with me today. Actually, I'm more like it's like I'm with them, but glad to be here. So if you guys don't mind, let's do a recap of the last episode before we really dig in.
In our session one, Dr. Green and I talked about the textbook that we've written, Small Business Marketing, and it's more of a roadmap for business owners and entrepreneurs to focus on marketing opportunities in a systematic way. And we didn't want to waste our readers' times with a lot of academic learning. So what we tried to share was things that matter. We include topics that are about marketing strategy, competition, new product development, marketing mix, and so forth. And those were some of the key items for the Small Business Marketing book. And then what we talked about in our first session was characteristics of small business and, what are the challenges faced by small businesses in today's economic landscape. We looked at customer satisfaction and customer value and what it takes to reach that customer perceived value. And so with tonight, we want to talk more about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial mindset and what kind of businesses that a person can start. So,
very nice.
Lindsi, we know that you'll keep us in check. You're dynamic, and you'll keep us going together. You'll keep us straight. And so we're looking forward to having you help us out in this presentation.
Oh yeah, glad to be here. Glad to be here. So let's go ahead and get started. So, Dr. J, Dr. D, one of you, what are some reasons to start a business? I think Dr. J, you have some good stuff on that.
Yeah, I'm going to share some slides with you. Why start a business? There are a lot of reasons that entrepreneurs that are willing to take a risk and set up a business, and some motives that are driving folks to start businesses are wanting to make a profit. Selling at something that covers the cost of production. They want to work for themselves, and they keep the profit as a reward for what they are doing in terms of taking risks. And also, they're starting a business to achieve that satisfaction that they don't achieve for working for someone else. They're independent, working for themselves, being their own boss. They can make a difference in the community by offering services that are missing. A charity shop or a hospice. That's something that's not there, and find a niche and fill that niche in the community. And you get an opportunity to have your own name attached to it. You can make a product that fills a void out there for customers. But really the challenge that customer or that entrepreneurs and small business owners have is to make goods and services that are in need, that satisfy customers, that they're competitive, and they sell at a price that more than covers their costs. and you say, well, what ideas are there for starting a business?
And Dr. Jack, can I just interject? So we just had the latest economic report came out, and it was bad.
Yes.
I think we only generated 100,000 jobs.
Yes.
And so for individuals, they might be, what am I going to do? I'm laid off. I don't have any idea, any support. And so I think these ideas can help encourage those individuals, Dr. Jack.
Dr. D, they can, the small business entrepreneur, they're making their own job. And that is a satisfying thing to do. And with this new economy and the things that are going on as a result of COVID, there are new opportunities that are out there that businesses haven't taken advantage of. And I'm sure that a lot of people are seeing those opportunities and are interested in it. So business ideas, lots of different things that are out there. Look around in your community, see what's needed. Business ideas are things that you like to do and that others need, and something that's missing in your community or missing in the business environment. So
Good.
in some of those ideas, what do you like to do? That's a critical component of being an entrepreneur. And maybe, you look at these ideas here, maybe it's soap making, or jewelry making. See a lot of these things you can sell online. Maybe it's furniture upcycling, taking old furniture and refinishing it, or maybe you're designing spaces or planning events for others. But so many opportunities that are out there and things that are unfilled. So, find something you like to do, find something that's needed, and you can be well on your way to possible business success.
Dr. Jack, but you got to have some skills. I know people say, you know what, Dr. Jack, we got people out there. You gotta make sure that you have the right kind of skill set, or you willing to learn. If
That's
somebody
right.
say, I wanna own a bakery shop, and they can't cook. That's not a good ingredient of having a successful business.
Just because you like it, just because you like to eat, doesn't mean that you're going to be a baker.
Amen. So that's great.
Exactly. Dr. D, why don't you tell us what is an entrepreneur? Give us some of those traits that you were just talking about.
I'll say, when we talk about an entrepreneur, we talk about a person that looks at problems as opportunities. And those individuals, for various reasons, because like Dr. Jack say, they want to try their own, they want to be their own boss. They want to do something very unique. And so, but you might say, you know what? I think I want to be an entrepreneur. So you know what? We're gonna have a test. We're professors. We're gonna have a test. So I'm gonna share my screen. Give me a few minutes. And you might say, am I an entrepreneur? Do I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? So let's look at it. Look at those qualities. So first of all, entrepreneurs take a lot of risk, but it's already calculated. Also, you have a lot of people that tell you no. So you got to be able to, you have to be able to want to achieve. You got to look at opportunities, at problems as opportunities. You got to take the initiative. You got to have passion about what you're doing. You have to have an internal locus of control, which means that I am motivated and inspired from the inside out. And so those are some of the keys, being able to be a team player. So I got something I want to show you guys. This is like a psychological test. I'm going to see how well you do. When I say M&Ms, what do you think about? Come on.
Tasty treat.
Okay.
Tasty.
Party.
So in our book, Small Business Marketing, we start with this story. When I was in Washington, D.C. several years ago, working as an engineer, I was going to visit a relative. I was on the subway, and as we got outside of D.C. into the some of the more outer areas, there were no stores, there were no restaurants, and you had all these people that were working, and they came out. When they came to the end of the stop, there was nothing. But I saw two little boys, could have been 9 years old, 10 years old.
Right.
They had a box of M&Ms, and they were selling that out. They were selling it. That is marketing 101, Dr. Jack.
It is.
Understand the need. Kind of like when it's hot and you had a baseball game or a basketball, football game, and it's hot and you have water. Those people are reaching a need. So you might want to say, I want to give you examples of how entrepreneurs who think outside the box. Right. So let's put things together. Okay, let's talk about barbecue. What do you have when I say barbecue and I say car wash? What do you think about? Barbecue, car wash.
Barbecue
Not really
car
connected.
wash.
Don't connect.
Nope.
No.
Boom. This is out of my way. I'm going. This particular entrepreneur has decided to have a barbecue business at the same time as your car wash. Because you watch it. It's a detail place. You're hungry. You're thirsty. And what do they have? They have barbecue. So as the car is getting clean and getting detailed, you're getting some good barbecue. So that's what we call thinking outside the box. Okay.
There you go.
So
Nice.
All right. Okay. Here we go again. So sometimes, and this you have to take this as a fun thing, but sometimes you have some people that you really don't like, and maybe they're related to them, and maybe they passed, and you really don't want to. You really don't want to go, but maybe your relatives say you need to show up. They didn't give you any money. They were really not kind to you, and maybe they spank you a little bit. So what kind of business can you have? A drive-through funeral home. So in most cases I've seen where you have actually a monitor where you can look in. In this situation, you can actually see the individuals in the casket. Now, that's not me, but I'm glad they didn't add car wash with a funeral home. But those are some things. That is just a little snapshot of what you can do when you address a need. And right now, dealing with all the change that we have in our country and across the world, if you do the same thing that you always do, that's called insanity. And that's right. We're trying to do something different.
That's right.
Yeah. Trying to meet a need. So
them M&Ms made you hungry a little bit, didn't it? M&Ms.
M&Ms.
Yeah. But
whatever works. Get it done. There you
go.
But that entrepreneurial mindset, where anything's possible, you're taking calculated risks. You're not risking the farm. You're trying to be innovative and versatile. You transfer those no's or those problems that you have into opportunities and failures that are just more learning opportunities. Achievement. Don't do things alone. Focus on what you can do, not on others. And that just do it mentality is part of that entrepreneurial mindset, right? Those things that are setting you up for starting a business, identifying and evaluating opportunities, developing strategies and determining resources and managing, your business. So,
and just to say, just kind of follow up on that, Dr. Jack. So we talked about entrepreneur takes risk.
Yes.
But a lot of individuals that start a business have to spend their own money.
They do.
Here's a statistic that I'm going to give you.
They do.
82% of businesses that fail do so because of cash flow problems.
Exactly.
So not having enough resources. So we have to be very strategic about starting the business.
Yeah. Yeah, you're assessing a situation and assuming responsibility for success or failure, and you're evaluating it, and you're taking a calculated risk that you perceive a reasonable chance of achieving it, with your skill and hard work. So, and your resources.
So I think one of the top things that an individual should do, as Dr. Jack talked about starting a business, you need to go through those criteria. Do you really want to take responsibilities? Now, when you're working with somebody else, they're responsible for making sure you have the proper adequate resources. When you have that business, you had a responsibility. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have my own business that you work longer.
Sure.
You work more than 40 hours.
Sure.
And harder. Correct.
Absolutely. So, Dr. D, are you ready for a deep question? Or
okay. No,
we got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So I read that 82% statistic a little earlier, and I'm thinking, so tell our audience, how much capital do you need to have to start a business? If you don't want to go there, just kind of talk to them about money. That's a big deal. That's a big deal in starting a business.
So that's a great question. Majority of the people they self-finance, but you have to know. And here's the home. We talk about doing your research. It how much you got to have depends on you. Depends on what industry and what business you're going into. When I was a young man, 6 or 7 years old, we used to sell cool cups. That's like freezing.
Oh, yeah.
You know about that?
I know what you're talking about.
Freezing
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And selling it.
Little cut and little cups.
There you go.
Little solo cups.
And so the cost was not. But I was just talking to a person that I'm working with. He was talking about these dispensaries.
Yeah.
And people are trying to figure that out. And so you have to do your homework. And what I always tell people to do is try to benchmark. Go if you stay in a different maybe go to a different city or a different county and find somebody who's in that industry. What do you say, Dr. Jack?
I like using those resources. The Small Business Administration. You can usually find a small business administration office in a local college or in local community, within probably 30 minutes or an hour of most people in the United States. They're great resources. They're Association of Retired Business Executives, and usually the person that's in the Small Business Administration office has plans, business plans that others have used to start up, a business maybe that's similar to what you're looking at. It may not be exactly what you're looking at, but it's something that may be similar, and you can follow a plan. And then they can connect you with resources, perhaps, through their connections, or at least help you build, that marketing plan and know the resources you'll need, and a plan that you can take to the local banker or other financiers, but they can help you build that plan. And those are those resources that we pay for with our taxes that are close at hand. Or you can go to a local college. Go talk to a business professor. They've got some resources and experience, or they can help connect you. But the main key is talking about it and doing, like you said, Dr. D, the research that you need to know about. And just like you said, is how much money do you need? You've got to be able to, understand your business, and you want to work with those banks and others that are experts at that. So,
and there's a scripture. Biblically, those that maybe you don't read the Bible, but I'm just saying it's a good one. It says, you have to count the cost, and that means you really have to count the cost. What is it it's gonna be time, it's gonna be money. In some cases we've seen scenarios where people get a divorce. They're working together as a family because it's very stressful. So those are that's what I would encourage you in terms of starting a business and becoming an entrepreneur. To count the cost.
Indeed. Yeah. Are you going to provide a service? Are you going to sell products? You're going to buy the materials, or do you have the materials? Lots of things you've got to count and understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's tons of types of businesses you could start.
Yes.
You guys covered a lot of that. I mean, this is good stuff. So every week that you tune in, you're going to get practical, you're going to get conversation, you're going to get some humor, and I'm thankful you guys let me hang out with you this week. So if you don't mind, I'm kind of going to tease next week. We're going to talk about side hustles and, where your hobbies just might meet some
side
income.
Hustle.
That's never a bad thing. You guys want to say anything about that before we get off here?
Dr. D?
If you miss this episode, shame on you, because we're gonna be working that magic. We're gonna be talking about. I have a book that has 400 businesses you can start, and a lot of those are less than $1,000. And Dr. Jack, I want to see what you come up with. We're gonna have a little challenge. See who come up with all these businesses. But I'm excited about that.
You got it. I'm a side hustler too, so no problem here.
Let's go.
Exciting. Got to check it out. I agree.
Oh yeah. Yes. Well, I think that's all we've got for you tonight. Thank you guys for letting me be here with you.
Thank you. Yay! Great job.